Hello everyone, Agion here of another Come to You to replay. Spawn on the north side. As the Ostheer player, we have Royal Weapons. Yes, he has submitted in another replay. Spawn on the south side. As the Soviet player, we have KillAJo. By the way, I'm always willing to accept to cast anybody's replays. Just submit it to me with a bit of description. You can just email it to me or link it to CoH2.org. I'm always willing to cast replays that people request. Looks like we do got apparently two Grenadiers coming out for Royal Weapons. He decided not to go for MG42. This is one problem I really hate about Ostheer. You can't get Grenadiers immediately, so you have to wait quite a bit of time before you can field any units on the field, while they can just get out and quick conscript, or in this case another engineer into Maxim, so we may actually see a bit of a Maxim spam. Two engineers tells you that he's going to focus more on support weapons such as the Maxim or the mortar. Both are possibilities. Most likely he's going to go for another Maxim next, due to the fact that going for a mortar would really drain his will not have much field presence, since Grenadiers will just disintegrate combat engineers at pretty much all ranges, while the mortar will have no frontline presence. We got a mortar coming in by Royal Weapons, very nice. Make a very nice counter to the Maxims, and he may, he hasn't seen the other engineer yet, so he doesn't realize he's going to be facing up to dual Maxim. Looks like he has secured the field point over this point. If he would just Q move it upwards, he could capture both. Either way, looks like we do got a flanking Grenadier squad. Hopefully we can do some nice damage. Behind the heavy cover is really making it hard for them to receive any suppression. We do have another Maxim now out, but we do have to have the Ostheer mortar now out and firing. So these Maxims will get displaced, especially the one in this building. This one does get suppressed. Does get it behind the line of sight blocker, so he needs to find somewhere to get engaged. Soon he will be suppressed very shortly. Yeah, he does get up. He needs to start running. There we go. He's probably gonna go straight into the house. The house is a very good strong point. It's on the barrage that house. The Maxim was in there, but now it's not. We got a third Maxim away. Perhaps a second mortar would be ideal, or even a flame half track. The flame half track will probably be pretty good. Ooh, we got the Ostheer suppression bulletin. That can be quite fun. Though this suppression's not great, it can be quite useful. It's one of those bulletins actually change the doctrine quite a bit. One of the few bulletins who can actually change how you play, or change the unit at that much. Though these units are quite low on health, he may want to either get a med bunker sooner rather than later. He's getting battle phase 2. You got a mortar by his opponent coming out, and I don't think he's seen this Maxim just yet. No, he's seen this one. Not this one. No damage is done yet. We may see a rifle grenade coming out. He should be almost done with battle phase 1. Yeah. Nice usage of using the barbed wire to deny that heavy cover, but the mortar will pick that away. This squad needs to retreat back sooner rather than later. And we just start hearing the Maxims going across the map. At this point, a flame half track would be perfect. In fact, he's actually saving a little bit of fuel. He should have... No, he doesn't have tier 2 GS yet. Looks like the mortar will get hit by the Maxim. He needs to retreat back. Apparently he's not in any danger of losing any models. Too bad that closer shot missed. Could have done some very good damage. Especially when that squad was in open cover, the negative cover. You got the tier 2 now being built. Let's see if I predict the flame half track. Right. He's probably gonna build a med bunker right now. Yes. Noticing those movement of the Pioneer squads, only two of them moving at a time, so they're obviously going to build something. The Grenadiers capturing up over here. Combat engineers trying to decapture the munitions point. The munitions will come in handy, especially for when he wants a med bunker. And I just want to say, so I'm predicting flame half track. Flame half track will be a great. Oh, we got the. Ooh, nasty rifle grenade. Does get 4 of the models. We may pick off one more on retreat. Nope, we do got a bit of suppression. Looks like he will skirt out the arc right there. The mortar needs to be very careful. He knows Maxim's right there, so he could go for close range shots, or we can just make sure it plays around it. We do have an AT gun now out on the field. At the same time, the flame half track will soon come out. In fact, wait, no, he doesn't have the upgrade just yet, so not going to see the flame half track. He doesn't have enough munitions for it. So it's just going to be a reinforcement half track for the time being. He could garrison squad inside of it and pop out and do a pretty nice flank with, say, a Panzer Grenadier squad to get those Maxims. You have this is meant for reinforcements. This set of models were down to 1. Now they're back up to 4. And since they lost quite a number of models, they actually have quite a bit of HP now. You could garrison. Ooh, that's a pretty good hit. You could try garrisoning up that squad. The flame upgrade is on the way, but it'd be a bit of time before it actually pops. Got a couple of number of squads reinforcing. He built the Panzer Grenadiers a bit microwing, so he hasn't really deployed them. You could send these Pioneer squads to capture up these 2 side points. They won't be able to do much in combat. We do have, in fact, the shock rifle frontline tactics, which will gain access to the shock troops. That's one reason why he went for so many Maxims. So he's going for elite infantry, in the form of shock troops anyways. More like assault infantry rather than elite. Let's fire off a quick burst over the hedge, and these Panzer Grenadiers should start ripping apart at range. Still in the fire. We do got a bit of the death loop right there. We do got the AT gun right here, so it's currently not set up, so you can get some more work done. You can't really engage it, however, because one false step and it will take 2 shots and die. As the Grenadiers are pushing forward, we do got Maxims capturing up the left side. Perhaps this Maxim should garrison that building to make a hard point. And like hell. And yeah, stay behind. Say it actually does. Flamers do less damage in negative cover. So actually, that was pretty good spacing. Prevent that. And he has to be very careful. He's walking straight into base MGs. They do have a bit more penetration, and he's going to go straight in. He may want to use the. No, it does. This vehicle doesn't have step on it. This set up very nice. Go through the side. He needs to get out of here. He won't be able to do much more. Continue with this path. Head up for this surround outside blocker. That would be the best path, but he still may receive a shot. Oh, he received a shot, but it was a lucky miss. And just barely surviving through all that MG fire. Base MGs do have a bit of armor, bit more of armor penetration. Ooh, landmine. No demo charges, which I'm fine. Very nice demo landmine usage. And now he has spotted shock troops. In fact, there's 2 squads of shock troops. So we do have a significant amount of armored assault infantry. Yes, they do actually have armor. They do have a 0.5 armor. That was a nice grenade, but he does pull back in a timely manner. We got a squad of Grenadiers and Panzer Grens. Panzer Grens should just start. Do not need to run up close. They need to just stay at max range and get as much damage as possible before they come in close. rifle grenade would be quite good at this moment, or a bundle. Goes through a bundle, a panic bundle. He placed through right on the point. But doesn't. He retreats back nicely. Flame half track will displace them, but he needs to be very careful with the AT gun. The AT gun is actually still back at base, getting some health. Must be for the healing. Yeah, Pioneer squads can't beat shock troops. This squad actually may get wiped. A bit foolish, but oh well. Sometimes you forget about making those mistakes. Pack gun. Oh yes, he does actually have a pack gun. I was going to say a pack gun will be a good timing about now. He actually is building his next tier, and he probably will go for, I would say, SU-76. SU-76 will give him a decent amount of AT to deal with any future vehicles and help ward away Panzer IVs, allowing him time to get the KV-8. Ooh, engine damage. I suppose that's one way to sweep for mines. The SU-76 will provide him some additional AT. He does not need anti-infantry. He has plenty of anti-infantry. And with that little bit of anti-tank from SU-76, will help him stall out for the IS-2 and for the KV-8. We do have one of my favorite... Oh wait, no, I thought it was fortified armor. We do have Youngstong Benstong armor doctrine, which will of course give him Panzer Tactician, the hull down, Pack 43, the command tank, and railway. Say the command tank, hull down, and Panzer Tactician are the best parts about the doctrine. I could have sworn it was the fortified armor doctrine. That's one of my favorite doctrines. Having the elephant, Panzer Tactician, hull down. What else was there? Regal AT mines can be quite nice, and the command tank. Basically, it's the three out of this commander. But it includes, instead of railway, has the elephant. Elephant tank's a little bit better. That grenade is largely not worth it since they're behind the heavy cover, and with directional fire, it wouldn't do that much damage. Losing the combat engineer is a bit of a nice pickup, so any damage sustained to the SU-76 cannot be repaired. There's nothing really here to really threaten it, other than some Panzerfaust, which is a bit big, actually. We do have this point being cut off, so the munitions has been denied, plus whatever few resources at this point does grant. Let's throw out barrage. We also have the shock troops capturing up the left side. We got Maxim on the fuel point. And we do have a support armor core. Ooh, this squad may get wiped. It's so low on HP. A bit of a chase. I don't see any landmines, which a landmines is a bit of a gamble. We got one miss there, but just one model gets away. Make that two misses. Does retreat back using the road. Very nice. Do not have the combat engineer replaced, so he has to be very careful, be very defensive unless he sees something to kill, because he won't be able to repair it anytime soon. You got the Pack 40 now setting up, which will of course easily deny the SU-76. Ooh, got a telemine. It has been spotted deploying, so a mortar barrage there will probably be warranted if you can't get, since you can't get minesweepers there. Telemine was complete. Does throw a frag on the pack, but we'll get run away in time. We got flame half tracks policing the sides. We'll displace the shock troops. You could send the engineer up there now in order to capture the area. Oh, the engineers are... Nope, they didn't get a kill. A rifle grenade would be quite devastating. They're all very low in health. Yes, we do... Nope. Darn. Didn't cancel it in time. You got a T-70 out. That would be a bit more aggressive trying to deal with the flame half track. And that's dead. So he does have a pack already out, and also Stug. So we will see a decent amount of AT, ranged AT. And the one thing is, Oswinds. I know he knows about the Oswinds would be great for a haul down, because he does have Massacre Bulletin. If you wanted to, it's basically, I call it the Ostheer Bofers. That's also more resilient. Of course, doesn't have brace. You can't really attack grounded as easily because it's actually sort of into the ground. We got the Maxim now firing from the Panzergrenadiers. Panzergrenadiers are trying to go back behind the heavy cover, but they will get pinned. T-70 will chase them down. Ooh, there's apparently an AT mine there. I didn't see that. May lose this squad. The pack needs to reposition. It's still setting up. The Stug is going to get up line up a shot. One shot, two shots. And destroy. Ooh. It could be reclaimed. Oh. He decided to destroy it. He could have actually got that. I was safely in his territory. He could have easily got that. Or he decided not to use the stupid abandoned feature because it's a bit stupid, really. Give your opponent a free tank by chance. We have MG42. Honestly, I don't really bother pintle mounts on the Stugs because he pretty much most of the time last time I checked, it still is attached to prioritized fire and it doesn't really do that much damage because, for example, the MG42 is not firing. There it is. Now it is. Well, then again, it's not a full pintle mount. It's still coaxial, I believe. Ooh, a lot of shock troops. Bundle? Yes, bundle. Oh, right into the retreat, into the path. Ooh, but sustaining a couple of losses, but wiped the entire squad of shocks. That is nasty. And of course, with those retreat patterns, you can't do a flash retreat. You have to make sure, because this is the clear retreat path. We got a Maxim now up here, just pinning away the mortar, which will, of course, lobbing rounds into it. Usually a combat engineer squad coming out to repair the Su-76 because it has received a couple Stug fires. Stug shots. Stug fire doesn't exactly make any sense. I would actually disagree on the second squad of Panzergrenadiers. So I would say since you're capturing at this point over here, perhaps maybe put a MG42 in this building because you know you got rid of the T-70. And the only thing tough enough to really take it out will probably is the Su-76, but it's not exactly a good way to take it out. I'm one of those guys who must have an MG to keep an area secure. It makes it much harder for your opponent to actually harass it. We got another building. Oh no, that's a landmine. But it was spotted by the Grenadiers. And we do now have KV-8s now available. But it looks like he's going to go for another squad of shocks. He needs assault infantry. And he sees a Stug and... Ooh, got the Ostwind coming out now. Oh wait, no, he canceled the Ostwind. Maybe thinking about Panzer IV instead. Hold down Panzer IV, it's not half bad. Going for another Stug, he knows at this point. He sees the shock troops. That must have been the only doctrine with shock troops. And so now... He's worrying about the... Wow, that just did a lot of damage. But he will wipe off the Maxim. The mortar, that's what's hitting into it. So he's worrying about the IS-2. And IS-2 is actually a little bit early, actually. But if he judges by his own CPs, he's expecting one relatively shortly. Because it is 13? I thought it was 12. That must be 13. He's just trying to be well prepared for the IS-2 coming out. Not many doctrines have shocks in them, or the doctrines you actually go for. So identifying the shocks, he's assuming there's going to be IS-2. He needs to retreat back. Oh, that horrible retreat path. and instantly enough he ran straight towards the wrong way. We must have been not paying attention. Ooh, he gets to wipe another Maxim squad. Oh, he lost a squad of Grenadiers. What on earth did that go down? Both sides lost. He lost a Maxim and he lost a Grenadier. I'm not sure where he lost that one. Must have been a stray mortar shot, getting a lucky hit. Oh, the building collapsed. Perhaps he's stuck in too long inside the building. Looks like Combat Engineers has spotted the second Stug, because you should remember the first one did have MG, and this one doesn't. Not in making usage of the ambush tactics, that's a bit disappointing. Something that people really forget, if you have ambush tactics, you have basically your own Wekenwerfers. You could just walk in stealth and start get a good line of sight and then do a quick 2-shot under the Stug and hopefully you can get another 2 shots with it spotting. It's nice and close. Ooh, nice, ooh, then there goes the AT gun. Not AT mines. The Stug actually managed to get a hit on the infantry. In fact, they killed 2 infantrymen. I remember the first one he got with the MG burst. The second one with a cannon shot. Yeah. The thing to know about this pintle mount, it has a limited arc of fire equal to the Stug line of fire. So you can't. So it needs to be in front of the target once again. So it makes it much harder for defense. We got a Maxim pushing forward to capture the center point. The 2 shock troops are reinforcing, rehealing. It looks like you won't be able to get full health on that squad, which can be a bit of a problem since you want your assault infantry like that to have full health. And now I want to see an Ostheer, though the command tank is also tempting. Personally, when I go for a Doctrine of Hull Down, I immediately go for Ostheer, but I make sure I have 2 AT guns back up, because Pack 4s can handle most tanks quite reasonably. Other than heavy tanks, which of course by that time you can always get a Stug or Panzer IV to help defend. And I usually also go for fortified armor doctrines, which includes the elephant tank. So yeah, the elephant tank would be a great source of AT for a late game tank. Both sides just reinforcing, skirting lines, seeing what there is. Got 2 Grenadiers together, got 2 Panzer Grens together. Very nice. LMG should start laying into these shock troops. One squad will get displaced. There are going to be a couple grenades on this guy. Oh, but the mortar wipes it all out. I would say staying behind the heavy cover is actually quite reasonable. So if you have a late retreat, so you don't take the full damage, you don't take the half damage. But needs to retreat back to the squad. He's currently microing the Stug, and he loses that other squad. He's trying to protect the Stug. It's almost going down. 76 did try to chase, but Panther Tactician will save it. This other Stug needs to get out of here. He's going skirting left and right is not good for an assault good. He will displace that mortar. Won't wipe it off. A 3rd squad of shocks? Why on earth did we go 3rd squad of shocks if you have CPs, enough CPs for the IS-2? And we do got Incendiary being called in. He needs to retreat back. Yeah, retreat. He may in fact still lose it. Ah, darn. If you were getting rained down by Incendiary, might as well just retreat back. Because he went straight into a flamer, which of course they were bulked up, doing massive AoE damage. But having his own units standing with the flamers is not ideal. Bundle grenade? Does throw out a Ridge 33. Mortars, of course, will moil into both squads. As we build a squad of Grenadiers. You got the shock troops now back in this new squad of shock. Actually, no, that's not the new squad. The last squad we saw was the new squad. Coming forward, and since they're a vet 2, they have, of course, survivability, so they have reduced received accuracy, make them very potent assault squad. We'll manage to suppress these two squads in a very timely manner, and now the Grenadiers should help prevent them from being unsuppressed, since rifle fire does slightly prevent suppression. Notice how smoke now, way too late of a smoke. He should have threw it instantly. He saw the actually that's a captured Maxim. I thought it was MG42 for some odd reason. It's, of course, it's captured Maxim. If I was him, I would stick that Maxim straight in this building, make it hard for him to capture up that side. And of course, then the Pioneer squad's capture this point. He has not touched that point once, I believe, in the game. Which is, of course, just give him a little bit more munitions and fuel. Why not have more munitions and fuel? Ooh, looks like this Panzergrenadier squad hit an AT mine. We got another assault coming up forward, a flamer and shock troops. Of course, this Maxim has done quite a bit of work. Just throw an AT rifle grenade. You don't really want to do that when they're spread out. It's best to use when the enemies are in cover. Stugs, they still haven't done all that much. So an Ostheer would be a great option at this point. For the hull down. Or the command tank. The command tank's also quite nice for hull down. Maxim may get a burst out into shocks. Yeah, but not enough to... Ooh! Nasty mortar hit. Now, that's the problem with hopping back and forth. Those mortars just rip your squads apart. Looks like we got an Su-76 barrage. Looks like he's going to bring another MG through the use of a bunker. Of course, he can always get suppression by the Ostheer. I mean, he has plenty of AT with 2 Stugs and an AT gun, so he doesn't really need a Panzer IV. Let's throw a grenade out on the Maxim, but if he could have actually stayed to suppress the squad. The MG42 is about done. Flamer versus Flamer. I'm pretty sure the squad with Flamer will win. Shock troops will get a flank, but for really nothing they can do afterwards. We do got the IS-2 now out on the field. The IS-2 will just destroy that bunker very quickly. We need to see the Stugs coming up. Now he sees the IS-2. He needs to get these Panzergrenadiers to take out this AT gun as soon as possible, so the Stugs can go in without any worries. But he retreats back. Oh, he should have stuck in, threw a grenade. That AT gun's the only thing that's stopping the Stugs from coming in and killing the IS-2. We got the pack gun now fully healed. Should be setting up shortly. The bunker is one shot away from death. It's one nice hit, 2 nice hits, destroyed the bunker. Bounce right there. At max range, the pack can bounce, especially versus the heavy armor. It was versus T-34 76 or 85. No, it won't bounce. Or likely won't bounce. Always a chance it can still bounce. Looks like we do got a Panther coming out. Panther is a mobile AT option, but he also does have plenty of AT to the form of 2 Stugs. And now they both have target weak point, which can help jam the turret, if I remember correctly. Or was it injured loader? One of the two. It's not a stun round like the Puma for Ostheer. The VPs are in favor of Royal Weapons. Only by little though. He's going to have a triple cap sustained upon against him. It looks like this game will go in the very late game. Does throw a nice frag behind the line of sight blocker, but it does move out. Oh, the Panther's in. Oh, the Panther is in combat. I was wondering how it's in combat. We do have the MG, the pintle mount upgraded, but of course the pintle mount is very weak. He couldn't save his munitions up for a railway to help hit the pack gun when the next IS-2 assault comes. Do some sporadic damage. He can't really micro everything, so railway could pay some dividends. He has spotted the Panther. AT gun's going to try and engage the Panther. Two Stugs are ready for a nice flank. This has a very nice angle. It's going to hit the rear armor. He needs to pull back, get it repaired. He's going to run straight into the two Stugs. That's very bad. He's going to use target weak points. Turret is now locked. He could in fact then kill off the IS-2 if he would engage. The Panther's going to come forward, which will give him the line of sight. And the turret's still locked. Oh, but two AT guns said no. Oh no, that's Su-76. He needs Panzer Tactician. Panzer Tactician! Nope, he loses it. We'll kill off the Su-76. He could go in. I mean, this is providing a nice bit of smoke. He tapped ground with that shot. Losing the Panther is a bit of a problem. Does have enough fuel to get an Ostheer. Yes, I won't let that go. And oh, using the ambush, trying to get closer. You may actually get a free shot onto the Stugs. Does come in. Does hit the higher health one. That's nice for rural weapons. Ooh, target weak points just came down. He's very low in health. There's no AT. Oh, there's a couple actually AT mines here. He could try to lure him into it, but it's a bit too late for a lure. It does kill off the IS-2. He's going to retreat back. One problem not having conscripts. No AT grenades for the snares and additional damage. We do now have an Ostheer coming out. Knowing that he killed off the IS-2, he's now very close to death, but he will come out. Unless this AT gun is aiming at the other one. No, it has been decrewed, now recrewed. He needs to retreat back this way. He needs to use a Panzer Tactician. It does force fire ground, but it misses. You can't lose those Stugs. The Stugs are at Vet 2, which of course give him armored skirts and rate of fire. The rate of fire is huge in dealing with the heavy tanks next IS-2 that's going to come out. The Ostheer will help deal with any of the shock troops. He has been having a bit of trouble dealing with the shock troops, losing one of the squad, three squads of Grens and squad Panzer Grens tend to make you lose out versus the elite infantry. Quite a bit of a bleed replacing the squads. But now we do have the Ostheer now out. The Ostheer, of course, also has suppression, making it very potent in dealing with anything that assaults this area. He has apparently garrisoned the Maxon up in this building, which makes it very hard to displace, especially if he sends the IS-2, he will get flanked by the Stugs. And he can't really displace it with anything else unless he uses a lot of munitions. He could have displaced it with the incendiary barrage. He needs to get a squad to spot for it. Looks like he's going to haul down right there. Perhaps. Yeah, he's lining up just right so he gets the maximum suppression. Seeing there's a house there, he could have anchored it like so, like right around this direction. Or honestly, for haul down, I would actually recommend right around here. But he is going to use this house as a bit of a cover. Shock troops will come forward. We do not have enough for incendiary. He's trying to... Oh, apparently it's regarrisoned with Panzer Grens. Does throw out a single frag, but the single doesn't really need... Doesn't kill off any models, so he doesn't need to worry about... He needs to make sure to suppress this squad. This squad that has the grenades all up. But I think the STGs will help suppress the squads, and going back and forth The squad has been unsuppressed. His grenade's still on cooldown. And he doesn't have to worry about switching windows. In fact, he could wipe that squad. No, he's designed to capture the point. We got another IS-2 coming out. The flamethrower squad will get ripped apart by the MG42, but did deal quite a bit of damage in return. The Zist is doing a bit of damage, but does actually move. Ooh, loses the Grenadier squad, and now we do got an LMG on the Shocks. Needs to make sure he stays away from the pack with the Zist. At Vet 3 gains the increased mobility and rate of fire, so now they're basically, if I were to quote General's Gentlemen, PPSH Stugs. That term's more meant for the MC4s, Shermans, but either way. Oh, looks like I only fired one shot. Only had enough time to vision for one shot. Another squad of Panzergrens wouldn't be half bad, but looks like he went for AT Panzergrens. Quite a bit of overkill on AT. He has 2 Stugs in an 8th and a pack. He doesn't need Panzerschrecks. But then again, Awesome will be more than enough to hit for AT infantry. And he did a retreat back to Maxim to get some healing done. And looks like he's going to be using it very solid. Wait, no, that's not the Maxim. That is an MG42. More suppression to deal with the shock troops. Very nice. Maxim is back at base healing up, but there's a bit of a problem where the medics inside the model have trouble healing at that range. He's a retreat back to mortar, which of course is applying suppression to nearby shocks, not getting counter-mortared. We also do have command tank. I would like to see that command tank right around here. It'll basically deny all infantry from assaulting, and if you have 2 AT guns, it'll pretty much deny any vehicles from assaulting, basically locking down this major point here. You got the IS-2 now coming forward, and of course it'll run straight into 2 Stugs. It fires one random shot upon the MG, very not good. It looks like we do got railway coming down right here, or no, right here. I saw one of the flares here, and the railways come down right here. First shot's always pretty accurate, the other 2 shots would help suppress any squads that are coming forward. Not exactly suppress in the mechanic, I'm talking about suppress as in do not move forward suppression. Suppress the advance. You got a nice flamer that uses squad as a meat shield. Now, but though both squads are pinned, a bundle grenade will be quite devastating if he throws it. No, he retreats out. The shock troop won't be able to do much with that haul down Oswin. Ooh, now he has decrewed that Maxim. He's going to retreat back on the engineers, get a full man, and perhaps recapture it, then immediately place in the building, I would say. Goes out of smoke, but the suppression from the MG is actually a bit out of range. And more shocks came up and displaced the Panzergrens. Going to decrew the MG42. Looks like he's going to throw out a frag. And the IS-2 is coming forward. Needs to throw down some Panzer Tactician. Yeah, Panzer Tactician. A lot of bounces, and he loses the Oswin. But he does get a couple locked turret. But getting a lot of bounces, actually. The IS-2's armor is paying off. Really? That's a lot of bounces. But their high rate of fire is what Stugs makes so powerful against the heavies. They have a lot of chances, and if you roll just quiet right, veterans say and build faster. Stug lover. I think that's quite fitting for a lot of people in the community. A lot of people love their Stugs. It's getting Panzerwerfer. That's a very good option. Panzerwerfer will help deal with these shock troops. And Penny did lose a squad of shock troops. May have been right here when we had them seeing the mortars coming in. He needs to pull back the pack. He's going to lose it. He needs that AT. He will in fact lose it. The Command Panzer IV is chipping in a bit of damage. We got a couple Zists here. A couple Zists is a very good option at this point, just to ward away the Stugs. But we do have the P-Werfer out on the field, which is a very good counter to the Zists, especially if they stay grouped like this. I didn't mean to rhyme. We got more and more shock troops coming forward. Do got a Panzerwerfer barrage. Oh, but it gets hit right into an AT gun. Main gun destroyed. Which that doesn't really mean much. And a bit of a bad barrage. It was all largely missed, but he does retreat out. Command Panzer IV is getting hit by the AT guns. The Stugs also getting hit by... Ooh, losing the Panzerschreck squad. Very bad. We may lose the shock troops in return. He needs to throw out a smoke just to protect himself. Nope, he decides to retreat back. He's going to need a lot of repairs. He needs to make sure he gets his next Panzerwerfer barrage right, or else he will start losing vehicles. In fact, the crew in the Vet 3 one's a very high priority. The fact that it'll gain the increased armor penetration and rate of fire. We got another MG42 coming out. There's always this MG42 you can always recapture. He has spotted the Zist guns are quite far forward. Panzerwerfer barrage is almost off cooldown. But these Vet 3 Panzergranates should make short work of them. In fact, a nice mortar hit will stop that one. We do got a KV-8, which is a great meat shield for the AT guns, but turret does get locked. The Panzergranates will escape out of here, but he may lose it. Yes, he will lose it. Ooh, a nice mortar hit will wipe off some of the models of the combat engineers. Maybe we got another Panzerwerfer barrage coming right around here. No, going straight for the repairing engineers. Now all the repairs are gone. Ultimately, I would recommend taking on the Zist, because one squad of repairing engineers is not all that much of repairs, especially for the heavy tanks.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Overall, the army composition is highly in favor of Royal Weapons, with having an ample amount of AT and having a couple of MGs, enough squads to repair, at least at a reasonable rate. Both sides are just going to recapture, replenish what they can, and once again, this point has not been captured. A little bit of munitions will do wonders. Right now, manpower is a bit more important than fuel. You'll see we'll perhaps destroy a AT gun, which is quite nice. Command Panzer IV needs to use Panther Tactician. And they're behind a line of sight blocker from the AT gun. This little bush is doing quite a bit of work. Ooh. He captured up this unit with shock troops and then immediately got wiped. Retreating squad. So losing another squad of shock troops is not very good, because these Panzergranates can start laying in. But this one does have the MG42. The MG42 is not a good weapon for the shock troops. Displacing. Oh wait, no, that was a engineer squad. Must have lost the shock troops somewhere else. We got a barrage. Trying to hit the anti-squads, trying to recapture the point. That MG. And here's the problem with the MG42. It's assault infantry. You can't move and shoot with the MG42. He will spot this AT gun. He perhaps will throw a bundle. No, he won't. Avoiding that mortar just barely. And also, overall, the royal weapons will take this game. He has a significant amount of AT, Command Panzer IV and Panzer Grand Squad. Oh, both sides are lacking assault infantry. But with the Panzer Warfare, he can displace any weapon teams that start giving him trouble. And with the MG in both of these side points, he won't be able to capture those points anytime soon. Unless he sends up a KV-8, which he can't. He actually just deployed a KV-8. So, which may be a good spot. He actually, if I remember correctly, I saw that flag come down right here. So it looks like he will not send the KV-8 to deal with the flanks. Destroys the MG42, very nice. A bit late for it, but new squad of Panzergrenz may get some good amount of veterancy in dealing with the ooh, but the grenade. Another grenade? Of course, way out of the range. We got a Panzer Warfare squad. He saw the AT gun here, so he's going to fire upon it. Very mid-range. Oh no, he's. Oh. What on earth was that barrage? 3 here, all the rest here? I think Icardia here expecting him to pull back, but it is what it is. He will decrew the mortar, but he will lose the KV-8 in return. Repairs finally came out for the IS-2. Now he's going to push forward, but there's nothing much for him to do with just one KV-8. Right here is a great spot to hold down a Panzer IV line of sight blocker from the building, and it will give him full access for the VP. So instead of here with the Os one, perhaps here would have been great. Using this house as a line of sight block to allow him to cover up pretty much the entire point. Though it is also vulnerable to a flank here. Of course, you can always reposition the AT gun here or here. This is what I usually do if I want to go for hull down. I usually go for fortified armor doctrine. If you look at fortified armor doctrine, you get access to the elephant, which is a good alternative to dual Stug. Of course, it's a much later game. Also, since you also went for the half track, which is probably a bit more situational what your composition was against the Maxims, which also can lay down the Rodrigo AT mines. Nothing says a screwed tank as an immobile, not the heavy engine damage or engine damage, immobile. He is trying to push. He dies too. Is back in the corner. The Stugs will probably handle it, especially this soon to be closer range shot. Using the railway somewhere to suppress squads from moving forward. It looks like the end of the game is imminent. So GG, this is the end of the game. But yeah, just take a quick look at the fortified armor doctrine. You may like that a bit better for hull down. Of course, this doctrine also gave you an access to Pack 43, but I would say an elephant's probably a bit better than Pack 43 since it's mobile. It doesn't have to worry about mortars or artillery as much. And oh yeah, fortified armor does not. Fortified armor has the Panzer Tactician, hull down, command tank, elephant, and recon. Your munition sink is recon, and just knowing what your enemy is doing is really nice. Your reconnaissance overflight, just start spamming that out. Your opponent can't be stealthy. You can always reposition your stuff. But in my opinion, an alternative build order instead of going straight for a Stug is before you is go straight for an Oswin, but make sure you have two pack guns. That can pretty much handle most tanks. Pack gun covering Oswin can handle most tanks since the Oswin with hull down can resist quite a bit of damage. And two pack guns will help pretty much deny and destroy any assaulting tanks. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.